Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is going to be 5 signs of a dysfunctional family. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Listen, y'all, this video is going to be very important because we are talking about dysfunctional families. Now, let me say this, y'all. You probably was married into a dysfunctional family. You probably was birthed from a dysfunctional family, or you are probably friends with a dysfunctional family. It's all across the board, y'all, okay? Understand this. We're going to get deep and direct into all the signs of a dysfunctional family. But y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. If any of these signs resonate with you, yes, sir, we're about to get into the first sign of how you know you are dealing with a dysfunctional family. It's going to be this, y'all. Lack of communication. All right? Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Understand this, y'all. Lack of communication is a huge sign. Now, let's get into the definition of what a dysfunctional family means, all right? So, a dysfunctional family is one where conflict, neglect, and abuse are common and harmful to the members, especially the children. All right, let me say it one more time, louder for the people in the back. All right, a dysfunctional family is one where conflict, neglect, and abuse are common and harmful to the members, especially the children. All right, now I'm gonna expound on that a little bit later in this video, but let's get back to lack of communication. All right, see, you understand why families have lack of communication? That's probably because they was beat if they talked a lot, okay? They was beat if they stuck up for themselves. They was beat or harmed, okay, if they voiced their opinion. Now, quiet is kept, y'all. A child must stay in the child's place. I understand that. But it is abnormal to beat your kids because they are talking. It is abnormal to beat your kids because they have voiced their opinion. All right. Understand something, y'all. This is not a dictatorship. This is a mentorship. As a kid, you are supposed to be mentored by your parents. All right. You're not supposed to be dictated by your parents. You're supposed to be mentored by your parents, and they are making the best decisions that they can. All right. Period, y'all. Now, understand this. Within that mentorship, yes, you are up under their rulership, and yes, you are up under their rules, all right? But, Brenda, why do you say all that? What I'm simply saying is, y'all, is this right here. A lot of times when a family is dysfunctional, it's because they was raised off of lack of communication. Don't nobody talk. Don't nobody communicate. Everybody's stuck in a room. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, y'all, in today's time, we all on the cell phone. Yeah, we all on the cell phone. We live our life through a screen, right? We live our life through a screen. So, Rena, what are you saying right now? That is a part of why we have lack of communication in these dysfunctional families, okay? The next thing, when it comes to lack of communication, y'all, that's because we come from a time of slavery, all right? A lot of times, y'all, the black families are the ones who suffer from dysfunctional families the most. I'm not saying that white families don't suffer from dysfunctional families. I'm not saying that Hispanics don't suffer from a dysfunctional family. Philippines, Asians, whoever. I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is, y'all, when blacks were enslaved, that's where a lot of our dysfunctional traits come from. Eating the wrong foods, beating our own kids. Why? Because we getting beat in the back for not picking up cotton. Okay, understand what I'm saying, y'all. Dysfunctional families are real, and one of the major signs are lack of communication. We don't know how to talk to one another. We don't know how to talk to one another in the right manner, too. Not just only having the guts to communicate and having the maturity, okay, and the skills to communicate effectively, right? But I'm talking about just understanding how to talk to somebody. Hey, how are you? You look nice today. I love you. We don't know that. A lot of people who communicate with their family, they don't know how to communicate out of love. Some people, all they do is argue, right? That's not communication. Somebody drop in the comments and say that's not communication. Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say that's not communication. All I'm saying is, chosen ones, is this right here. You have to understand that lack of communication is a major sign of a dysfunctional dysfunctional family, okay? And if that resonates with y'all, if you know somebody going through this, or if you're going through this, drop in the comments and let me know, y'all, all right? So the second sign of a dysfunctional family is going to be this, y'all. Little to no empathy. Oh, yeah, I said it. Little to no empathy. So, Reno, what does that mean? You ever grew up in a family and you fell off your bicycle, right? And when you fell off your bicycle, you started crying because you done got you a little boo-boo on your elbow. You done got you a little boo-boo on your knee, okay? And Pops, stop crying, boy. Stop crying, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Does that sound familiar? I know I probably done brought some people back to their traumas. Yes, sir. I know I probably done brought some people back to their traumas. Well, that's what I mean by this, y'all. Little to no empathy. We was always taught, especially for the men, we was always taught, ain't nothing wrong with you. How you gonna tell me ain't nothing wrong with me? How you gonna tell me my feelings ain't hurt? All because that's what your daddy told you. So it's a cycle, y'all. That's what your mama told you. That's what they told you. And now you are projecting what was told to you onto me. And that's a generational curse. Somebody drop in the comments and say, breaking generational curses. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say breaking generational curses. Okay? Understand this, y'all. Little to no empathy is a clear indication, all right, that you are dealing with a dysfunctional family. Let's talk about the people who got married into this. Ooh, this is a sticky one, y'all, because maybe you was raised, I'm not saying in the perfect family, okay? I ain't saying like the Addams family, but you was raised in a sensible family, okay? But you done got married to this man or woman, right? And they are dealing with a dysfunctional family, okay? It can be hard on you because you like, man, I wasn't raised this way. We was raised to care for one another. We was raised to communicate with one another, right? When y'all have dinner, y'all all ate at the dinner table. Y'all played board games. That's the perfect family, right? The Johnson's family, right? The Addams family. This is the family that you see on TV, the Cosbys, right? But the thing is, y'all, when you have these dysfunctional families, they don't do things together no more. They don't care to. They don't have the empathy to. They don't care about having family time anymore, okay? If y'all miss family time, somebody drop in the comments and say, I miss family time. Yes, sir. Because family time, y'all, is what helped us and built us and molded us to love one another so we can be better lovers to other people. Hey, take my word for it or not, y'all, but I'm telling y'all the truth. All I'm saying is, y'all, a dysfunctional family is a family who shows little to no empathy. They don't care about having family reunions. They don't care about if you hurt your arm. They don't care about, if you got bullied on in school. They don't care, right? And it's not because they don't love you. It's just simply because it wasn't taught to them. And so they are only projecting what they was taught onto you. And everything that they learned from their grandmama, granddaddy, uncle, aunties, right, is not always right, right? And so you start understanding that. You like, man, this ain't right. You got to break them curses, y'all, okay? And so without going into a rant on that, y'all, a clear indication is going to be little to no empathy, all right? And so if that resonated with you, make sure you drop in the comments and let me know, okay? And so the third sign of a dysfunctional family is going to be this, y'all. Excessive criticism, all right? Excessive criticism. I know I'm talking to somebody today. Y'all ever seen the movie Precious, okay? The girl who was real big and Monique was her mama. And Monique just, you big, you fat, you ain't gonna be nothing, okay? Understand this. This is why children are more affected by dysfunctional families than the adults are. Because a grown person is stuck in their ways. A child is still being molded. So if you keep telling that child, you ain't gonna be this, you ain't gonna be that, you just like your daddy, you ugly, you ain't beautiful. All these words that are deteriorating their ego, deteriorating their pride, making them feel like they ain't nothing. If you keep doing that to a child, they'll grow up believing that they're nothing. And so their belief system is going to dictate their decisions, right? Their belief system will dictate their decisions, okay? And so what I'm saying is, y'all, is excessive criticism is a clear indication, right? It's a clear indication of a dysfunctional family. Why not build your family? Why not? And see, some of y'all done been through this. I know I'm talking to you. Y'all done been through it. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I've been through it. Because I've been through it too, okay? Like I said, y'all, my family wasn't all perfect and it wasn't all bad, right? Come on, it could have been a lot worse for me, okay? But what I am saying is, I do understand it. I do understand, being criticized and a person showing you love the best way they know how, right? Joe Jackson, he another one. Yeah, quiet as kept. He made all his kids millionaires, or he pushed them into a position to be millionaires. But what I am saying is, Joe Jackson, all he knew was to beat his kids. That's all he knew. Now, quiet as kept, we got Michael Jackson. And in my opinion, but the greatest entertainer and singer. Yeah, I said it. Michael Jackson is the greatest entertainer and singer. To me, whoever lived and walked the earth. Sorry, but it is. Now, what I am saying, y'all, is this right here. Outside of Michael Jackson, Joe Jackson showed his kids love the best way he knew how. Right? That was the only way. Okay? And so, getting back to it, y'all, excessive criticism. Right? Excessive criticism is a clear indication of a dysfunctional family where they keep criticizing you. You ain't good enough, right? That's what make a beast too. Either it's gonna make a beast or it's gonna make you I hate to use this word. I don't want to use simp. It's gonna make you weak. Either it's gonna make you a beast or it's gonna make you a simp. And the reason why it's gonna make you a simp, it's gonna make you weak, is because your whole ego, your pride, your character, everything, you have been broken down, right? Or you're going to be a beast. You're going to prove your family wrong. One of the two going to happen, right? But getting to it, y'all, excessive criticism is a big indication, right? You're not strong enough. You're not tall enough. You're not pretty enough. All these excessive and then even when you do good, it still wasn't good enough, right? It's like you can't win for losing. And so you bring this over to your new relationship. You bring this over to your new marriage. You bring this over to your new friendship. And now you start spreading that poison, okay? Now you start spreading that poison. I'm going to need y'all to stop spreading poison out here, all right? Stop spreading that poison, y'all. It's very important and critical to know that, okay? And so we're going to get to the fourth sign of a dysfunctional family. It's going to be this, y'all. Unpredictability, okay? Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Understand this, y'all. Unpredictability. All right, Reno, say it for layman's terms. They are unpredictable as hell, okay? You don't know what you expect, all right? You may walk into a house with flowers, balloons, congratulations, everybody happy. And then you may walk into a house full of chaos. You may walk into a house with hamburgers flying, right? Food fights. No, I'm kidding, y'all, but for real. Y'all may walk into a house with nothing but arguments, right? Arguments, people beating the walls, all that, y'all. You never know what you're going to walk into. You never know if you're going to get a I love you or get the hell out of my face. You don't know if you're going to get a I care about you or I can't stand your ass. You don't know what you're going to get. And so I want you to understand this, chosen ones. A clear indication of a dysfunctional family is going to be unpredictability. You don't know what you're going to get. They like Jack in the boxes. You don't know how your mama going to act today. You don't know how your daddy going to act today. You don't know how your sister going to act today. You can't predict these people, man. You just can't, because they are so they're so stuck in their ways. They are so mentally mind boggled. They are so just in that dysfunctional way of thinking to where you don't know what you're going to get from them. Okay. And this is a clear indication of a dysfunctional family. All right. If y'all follow me, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comments and say I follow you, Reno. All right. If y'all following, drop in the comments and let me know and say I'm following you, Reno. Okay. All I'm saying is, y'all, that's a clear indication of a dysfunctional family. All right. And so we're going to move to the fifth sign of a dysfunctional family, which is going to be this, y'all. Abuse. All right. I'm going to say it louder for the people in the back. Listen, chosen ones, it's going to be abuse. All right. A dysfunctional family is not a dysfunctional family without abuse. Going back to what I told y'all, when we were enslaved, all right, we was going through so much abuse, right? Women were being raped. The men were being castrated. Men were being beheaded, okay? Decapitated, I'm sorry. The kids were being killed. Y'all ever heard of Emmett Till? He was killed just because he whistled at a woman. This is all forms of abuse. mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, okay? And then we got one of the most important ones, substance abuse. And so we're going to talk about all four of those, y'all. But understand this, a dysfunctional family won't be dysfunctional without abuse. I need you to understand that. So we're going to talk about emotional abuse. So what is emotional abuse, Reno? Emotional abuse is when your emotions are being taken advantage of, stumped on, right? I'm paraphrasing, by the way, but your emotions are being beat up, right? Your emotions are being beat up, okay? You may see this with your parents or your siblings or your family not being sentimental or understanding to your emotions. So guess what? You grow up not knowing how to be loved, or you grow up not knowing how to show love. You was emotionally abused. So guess what? How can you expect for me to love someone when I don't even know how to love myself? Somebody drop in the comments and say self-love. I just said something, y'all. How can you expect for me to love somebody when I don't even know how to love myself, right? That's abuse. You was abused emotionally, and now you don't know how to receive it, or you don't know how to give it, okay? It's going to be one of the two, or sometimes it can be both, all right? The next form of abuse you can have mentally, right? Mental abuse is when they picked at your mind, right? You ain't strong enough. You ain't beautiful enough, right? You dumb, you stupid. And they keep telling you this to where you start believing it yourself. So now you have been mentally abused. And so you start thinking that this is love because the people who love you told you these things. They love me, but that's just how they show they love. It ain't nothing worse than seeing a woman get beat on and thinking that the man love her because he provide for her, he take care of her. He love me, girl. That's just how he show love. No, that's dysfunctional. That's stupid. All right? That's dysfunctional. And we got to break them cycles. So, Reno, get back to the point. The point is, abuse is a clear indication of a dysfunctional family. All right? Mentally, physically. Y'all, I don't really have to get deep into physical, because y'all get what that is, right? Physical, when a person putting their hands on you, shaking the living daylights out you, putting black eyes on you, okay? Abuse, beating you on your back, okay? I'm not going to get directly or too deep into my situation, y'all, but I will tell y'all this. I suffer from physical abuse, right? Me and my sister, we would get whipped by a stepfather, had whips on our backs, right? To where my granddaddy was like pissed, to where we had defects involved into our household a few times, right? Because we was getting unnecessary and abnormal beatings, okay? We was getting beat like it was crazy. We was getting beat. And so as I grew older, it made sense. I get it now, right? I understood more. It was abuse. And so he was projecting onto us what he had been through. And that was totally wrong, right? That was totally wrong. Okay, and like I said, y'all, we could say that for another video, but I want you to understand though, I have been through what you've been through as well, y'all. Physical abuse, substance abuse, okay? Substance abuse, that's another one, right? Substance abuse, that's another one. Understand this, y'all. You may see your family members, they on crack. I hate to say it, y'all, but Tupac said the best. Even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. So people do crack, you know what I mean? Crack, cocaine, powder, weed. Weed is not necessarily a drug, but it's a gateway drug. And I believe that, you can't be irresponsible with weed. You know what I'm saying? What else drugs? Heroin, PCP, pills, whatever. All these different things, y'all. Abuse, substance abuse, where you see people in your family abusing a substance, right? Until where you start wanting to pick it up yourself. That's a dysfunctional family. That's a cycle. They introduce it to you. They tell you so much. Stay away from that. Don't do that. Stop. You better not smoke no weed. I'ma beat you blue if you smoke weed, right? Don't touch that. Don't do this. But you doing it right in front of my face. That's a dysfunctional family. You telling me not to do something, but you are doing it right here in my face, okay? So understand that, y'all, all right? These are all the signs of a dysfunctional family. Once again, as a recap, lack of communication, little to no empathy, excessive criticism, unpredictability, okay? And abuse, right? In all ways, y'all. So I want y'all to internalize that, understand that, and y'all start breaking these cycles, man. Somebody drop in the comments and say, break the cycle, all right? So with that being said, y'all, We gonna go ahead and conclude this video. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all check the links in my description. Check out any one of my books. That's 8 Steps to Self-Publishing a Successful Book, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, as well as Fairly Unequal. Also, be sure to check out any one of my memberships. That's my YouTube membership as well as my Patreon. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.